We want to welcome you to this First Speaker Series. This particular topic is how to lead social change and start a cause. Today, we're going to be spotlighting speaker Maick Mutej. If you could just share a little bit about your background, how you got interested in serving the community there, and how you started Ubuntu Nation. If you could just share with us your journey and what sparked this and what fueled your passion to co-found Ubuntu Nation.
For me, I had like a dream for my life, and I didn't know that one day I could find myself in a refugee camp. So, as life planned or God planned, it happened like I lost everything that I had, and I find myself in a refugee camp, where I needed to start life from zero. And I went through many challenges. I could, feel the pain what refugees used to feel, when they arrive in the camp. So I could experiment the life of refugees and what it means to be a refugee, So that's why I decided to start a CBO, an organization, a community-based organization, which we call Union of Refugees for Development.
How did you define and formalize a project and come to decide on Ubuntu Nation and its priorities?
Children are the most vulnerable. So we decided to start something for children, because children cannot fight for themselves. They need someone to help them. So that's why among those challenges, we prioritize to start a school for children, but at the same time also to give food, to the children.
So Ubuntu Nation, can you tell us a little bit about, how the name came about, and then how you were able to partner with an NGO and get support to start the school and start building?
One of the reasons that people go to the camp is discrimination from their own country. So we wanted to create something which could receive everyone, which could welcome everyone, even if they're discriminated. So we wanted to put our difference aside, and to put what we have in common. We are all human beings. So this is the reason why we call the project Ubuntu.
You started with education and helping the children and then offering nutritional programs. But it sounds like with Ubuntu Nation, it's expanded to other initiatives. Can you tell us how it went from education to vocational to some of the other initiatives that Ubuntu Nation offers? I think you've mentioned agroforestry and biocharcoal. Tell us how that started and how you launched those other aspects of the project.
Yes, thank you so much. Me being a refugee, knew the exact challenges that refugee face, So when I was choosing, I knew I was choosing the correct thing because I was facing the same challenge. So I knew that education for children was important. Giving food for children, of course, for all volunteers that have been part of the project was also important. But another important thing was, to create job opportunities. Refugees are not allowed to work in Malawi. So, it's really, I can say, crazy because, we have more than 50,000 people living in one place and not doing anything. The people who have like a crazy background, they went through trauma, they went through, discrimination, or I don't know, many challenges, they are coming from war. So I was thinking, okay, let's create this space for them. let's have let's create a workshop, like tailoring, like agroforestry, biochar, and other workshop, like an activity which they could be doing, during their life. They're living in the camp. Also, for them to, to receive something by the end of the month, for them to have food at their home. So that's why, that's what we added also.
How have you been able to sustain it? How many years has this project been going? And what would you suggest to those in the audience who would like to start their organization and find a way to keep it running to support those projects that you have launched within the community?
Since the pandemic, we lost, of course, many people, who used to give contribution, because those people also lost, many of them lost their job. So after the pandemic, we decided also to see if we could create a local sustainability, like by starting selling, the product like biochar, to produce more food and sell a little bit, to the community at a lower price, and so that the rest of the money could keep helping in the project.
Can you tell us where you are in terms of the growth of how many schools, how many, maybe how you're measuring success in terms of the impact of the workshops as well as the education?
Today, we have over 350 children in the school. We have more than 250 volunteers working every day in the project.
Do you have volunteers outside of the region as well?
Anyone who wants to volunteer is welcome. As we do in the camp, any skill, is welcome. We receive doctors from different side of the world who used to come and spend like 10 days treating refugees for free. Most of them bring their instruments and medicine, because in the camp we have only a small clinic for 50,000 refugees.
What would you advise anyone who's listening in terms of getting started and managing a project like this?
Yes, the first step is to have the wish to help, the true wish to help, the love of helping others. I believe that we all live to be happy, but there's no bigger happiness than helping others. To start something is like, it's not to have much. We can create projects because we have like only money to give. We can create projects in many ways. We can help in many ways. So the other thing is to do what you can with what you have, not planning like, okay, when are you going to have, just do with what you have and let the future give you what you don't have.